Hi, I'm Kathleen Reitz, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is the third and final video in this three-part series on how I painted this abstract floral painting. In today's video, I'm going to be putting the finishing touches on this painting and explaining a little bit more of my process and my choices. So I hope that you watched video number 1 and 2, and if you haven't, I will post the links in the description box and in the comments so you can catch up if you haven't watched the first two. I ended my second video in this series by introducing this gorgeous purple color into my painting. And I chose a muted purple so that it would not overpower the other colors on my palette. Someone commented on my last painting asking if I would list my colors, and normally I do list the colors that I use in my demos. When it comes to my more abstract work like this piece, I don't pre-plan my color palettes quite as much as I do with my florals. I tend to do a lot more experimentation and kind of let my intuition guide me. And I'm constantly looking at my painting and deciding what to do next. So I don't pay quite as much attention to writing down the colors that I use. I will list the ones that I know I used. I will go ahead and list those in the comment box so that if you're curious about any of them, some of the colors will be listed there. Someone else asked me about the white areas on my painting, such as the one just left of center, right above my brush there, and just how I get this misty look that appears in most of my paintings. And if you've watched my other videos, you would know I love to mix glazing liquid with my paint, and that way I can get beautiful transparent glazes of color. I like to use it to soften certain areas in my painting so that my edges feel softer and more blended. In contrast, I have other areas of my painting where I like to leave the edges a little bit sharper. And I feel that having a variety of textures in my painting like this gives it a lot more interest than if the whole painting was all sharp edges or all very blended edges. And compositionally speaking, it's the lines and sharper edges of shapes that will draw your eye to certain areas of the canvas. And then having these larger white areas that I've created with soft edges will give your eye a place to rest. And now, because I have so many vertical shapes in my painting, I'm going to add some horizontal lines. And this, again, just kind of gives it a little bit of interest and breaks up some of those long shapes a little bit. And now I'm layering in some more greenery. As I layer in these top layers of floral shapes, I want you to notice that these are a little bit more opaque and a little bit more saturated than the colors underneath. And that's what's going to give these floral shapes an illusion of pulling forward a little bit. And the other layers will appear to recede a little bit more into the background. And this is very intentional. Creating abstract work is not about haphazardly just throwing paint on a canvas and calling it abstract. The rules that make representational work good and strong also apply to abstract work. So in this case, we've gone over composition, especially in the second video. I've talked about it a little bit in this video as I continue to carve out my composition. But as you can see, the painting also, it has a sense of harmony because of my color choices. It has a sense of balance because of the structure and design or composition of the painting. It has some really nice contrasts that lead your eye around the canvas. And again, these are all things that I have intentionally brought to this painting. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Now I'm adding some yellow to wake it up a little bit. I felt that that area up in the upper right was a little bit too heavy, so I'm going to soften it. I don't want to get rid of it completely. I do like the depth of that color, but the shape is a little bit too big. So I'm going in with white, and I'm using my paper towel to wipe some of it away. I don't want to completely wipe it away, but I want to kind of soften it and blend it a little bit into that dark color. At this point, I turned off the camera and I decided to let the painting sit for a while before I came back to it. And then I did end up coming back one more time and adding a few finishing touches to the flowers. And here is my final painting. I felt that it needed a few more vibrant touches of color, and I love how this warm pinkish red really pops off the canvas. This concludes this three-part series on how I painted this abstract floral painting. I hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you have any questions at all or comments for me or ideas on what you would like me to talk about and share in the future, be sure to leave a comment in the comment box. I do love reading all of your comments, and I try to answer each and every one of you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for future content, and I will see you in the next video.